Hi everyone, welcome to your week 3 reading for the month of November. It's a little bit late, but in Spirit's time, it's not. But in the week, it is. So anyway, whenever this reading finds you, just remember that it's timeless and signless. So when it finds you, if it resonates, it's for you. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please do feel free to reach out or healing session with me via Zoom live. Feel free to reach out. I'm here. Okay, so this card, whatever that is, let's get you going. This is for the week of Monday, November 15th to Sunday, November 21st, okay? And then one more, there you go. The bottom of the deck, we have Dark Angel, okay. I also see two cards peeking out here. Let's see what those are. Here's the first one. And then here's the second one. Okay, grounding. All right, so let's take a look at these two cards here because these two cards come together to culminate in this energy. When I look at this Dark Angel energy, 1 minute and 11 seconds, it's showing me this tug of war, this back and forth. If you guys remember, if you've checked the November monthly reading that I put out at the beginning of the month, you will have seen that the main message that they were saying is that this is the month where the struggle is going to get a little real. It's addiction month, it's psyche month, it's shadow month, all of those things, it's triggers. So you're going to be triggered emotionally, especially, it's all emotional triggering, but anyway, you'll be highly emotionally triggered if this reading is for you. And the month of November is all about needing to make a choice as to how you want to move forward, knowing that there's something that's being triggered. Are you going to choose the path that kind of keeps you in that lower vibration and that old conditioning? Or are you going to acknowledge what's going on and make a choice for the future? Now, if you do take the latter choice, remember, it's all about putting one foot in front of the other, right? Baby steps, baby steps. So this card feels a little bit like a challenge, right? But I'm feeling resistance as well, that it's a tug of war, but there's a little mixture of defensiveness, like, no, I don't have a problem, or no, don't tell me what to do. And so these energies are really strong going into Sagittarius season, I'm feeling. Now take a look at these energies. Like I said, these two energies come together to create that one. It almost feels like gosh, let me feel into this again. And let me yawn because the energy is, whew. Yeah, look at this. Oh, goodness. Because it's like grounding. There's something to be said for this week for being able to ground yourself, right? To receive. Because when I see this card, it talks about ease. And then here we have this card, invitation to connect. So a lot of you are feeling the feels, right? But Spirit is asking us, what is it that you're tapping into? So whatever this thing is that's occupying your mind, your body, your spirit, whatever, how does it make you feel? And what does it allow you to do? What does it allow you to create? Are you actively creating something? So we're seeing this energy of appraisal that's happening, right? So they want you to feel these things in the month of November. And in week 3, yes, you've been feeling it, but now they're asking you to appraise it. Like, is this an activity? Is this a behavior? Is this a quality, a condition that you feel is beneficial for you? If not, then definitely you want to work towards relinquishing it and taking it one step at a time to clear out. And it's funny because look at the next card. Oh, I know this part anywhere. Karmic clearing, right? So November, I can tell, is already a month of release. For some of you, you already have been releasing things, and so great for you. And then for others, you're still kind of embattled at this point, and it's okay. We've got this month to work through it. I gotta yawn again. Oh, wow, that yawn was good because two things came through. Number one, cherries. And then the second thing that came through is I feel like a lot of you who are watching resonated with that what they were just saying about not having relinquished yet. And I felt that a lot of you were like, okay, I'm relinquishing, I'm letting go, and I felt that there in that yawn. Okay, it's an energetic thing. That's why I'm yawning. So great job. So that's what I'm seeing. I just shuffled at the bottom of the deck. We have karmic clearing again. I do feel that for some of you, you just boop, fast forwarded a little bit straight into that. Thank you for changing your will about it. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. The energies for week 3, some more. For someone here, I do see you, they're showing me plants, but it's associated with a doctor's office. So they're saying, it's almost like they want to say some of you will be planted in a doctor's office of some kind. So maybe you have a medical appointment, or there's some type of consultation that will be going on. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm just going to honor the message and bring that through. I'm also seeing some disjointed energy, so let's do a little energy balancing right now. Okay, so I'm just going to balance the energy a little bit. If you don't feel anything, that's totally fine. Okay, well, I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm feeling some resistance with neighbors for some of you. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna soften this energy a little bit. Okay, all right. All right, thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. All right, the energies feel a little bit, so we're just going to push that off gently to our awaiting staff. We do have our medical staff around here, so thank you, guys. Speaking of, look, we have our staff around. All right. All right, so one of the things that they're talking about is some of you have some, I'm feeling confession energy. So you'll be having in this week to do some confessing to the self, like admitting some things to yourself, right? It almost feels like the kind of admission to self that comes before you go to give an apology. Wow, look at this. These two just dropped out. Let's keep those there. With this Page of Pentacles, it's almost like you're going to be trying on an apology, like, will this look good? Will this sound good? Is it enough, right? So I'm seeing some admissions to self about things like, oh yeah, I was wrong, or yeah, I could have done better, or whatever. And it could be a prelude to an actual apology. But in this week, you might. All right, King of Swords. I was going to say, in this week you might actually practice making an apology, and what comes out, the King of Swords. Right? There's somebody waiting for you to apologize to them. There's somebody waiting for, or some type of communication that they're waiting for from you. Let me clarify that a little bit, because yeah, could be somebody who wants to there's the Ace of this could be somebody who wants to have some type of new beginning. It feels like it could be contractual as well, so someone may be actually waiting on you in the physical to sign some paperwork, or to communicate over some type of conditions or terms for a negotiation or agreement. But on an energetic level, this could be somebody that's waiting to actually make that connection. So if you're avoiding somebody's calls or whatnot, I do want you to know that it feels like there's going to be another cycle coming up with this person. It feels like I almost said cycle of pain. It doesn't have to be, but it feels like somebody karmic in your life. Remember, karmics don't have to be romantic. A karmic partner or karmic relationship is just a relationship that is pretty heavy, because it carries a lot of karmic juice so to speak. And there's a lot that you have to work through. So a lot of times you don't really want to talk to this person. You don't even want to see them. You may not actually like them at all as a person, but there are significant contracts, Spirit is saying, that do need to be fulfilled. So obviously the soul or the spirit of that person is like, hello, we're supposed to connect right now so that we can hash things out 10 minutes, 10 seconds. And if you're avoiding those calls and avoiding that, yeah, they're saying admission. So there's some of you need to do some type of admitting of something to yourself so that you can at least get into a place where you can be ready to embark upon that new cycle of communication, whatever it is, with whoever. So that's coming forth in the month, in week 3, and as well in week 4. I knew this card would come out. The devil card, I knew it. I felt it before I even started. I mean, the devil card coming out along with the sun card. I love it. Thank you. And there's the death card. I love it. So this is showing, and it makes sense that this is kind of giving me victory vibes. So whatever you're going through, if this reading is for you, whatever you're going through, the struggle and everything, I see victory for the month of November. Why? Because scorpionic energies are allowing us to deeply dive, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, deeply dive into our psyche, deeply get into the shadows. And look, even if we don't go doing the deep dive, guess what? 11 minutes, 22 seconds. Guess what? We're going to be triggered into having those things come up. The addictions are going to come up, all sorts of stuff. For some of you, the lies. I'm getting somebody here, excuse my language, I'll just keep it clean, lies like a mofo, okay? You know who you are. Somebody here lies a lot, okay? And you're going to know if it's you, because you might be like, I would never tell a lie, but for some reason you keep, speaking out of turn. It's like you say something, you're like, that's not what I was thinking. It's just like, even to the point where someone's like, says, hey, what'd you have for lunch today? I had a sandwich. And you're like, oh, no, that's not, what? Why did I say that? I meant to say I had a soup. But you couldn't help it. It just came out as a lie, even though you didn't mean to lie. That's because the energetic pattern is there. So you've got this dishonesty within you. Remember, we walk around with energetic pockets, energetic patterns, aspects to us. Some of these are past life aspects. Some of them are just energetic cells, so to speak, like a weather cell, a weather pattern. Energetic cells that are in there that we're carrying for whatever reason. Doesn't even have to be ours. We could be just whatever. But whatever it is that's going on inside of you, sometimes it's active and sometimes it's inactive. But Spirit is saying in the month of November, especially during Scorpionic season, it's going to be magnified, magnified, magnified. Why? So that you can see it. This is where we have the sun card illuminating the devil energies or the shadow energies or the inconsistencies, the lack of integrity, the denial, all of this stuff, the shape shifting. Some of you have shape shifting tendencies. You're one thing to somebody, you're another thing to another. And at the end of the day, nobody knows who you are. 13 minutes, 13 seconds. It's all going to be wiped away. It's brought up. It's almost like brought up for your examination. Speaking of that, I do note that this card wants to come out. I don't know what it is. We'll check it. But examination, I looked over to the left and look at these two cards just hanging out. Karmic stuff coming up to be examined. Every time I see this card, the Divine Physician, first of all, I'm like, Jesus. And then secondly, I'm like, look at how obstinate this person comes across on the right. This person comes across as very haughty, Haughty. They're like, there's nothing wrong with me. Nothing's wrong at all. Jesus is like, hey now, give it up. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's Jesus, but we're just going with it because he looks like the the usual depiction, God bless. But yeah, he's like, I didn't come down here to lie. To listen to your lies. I almost heard your whimpers, right? 10 of Wands. Now, I love this. Look at the 10 of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Wands right there, right? It's a cycle ending and cycle beginning. But I love this feeling of the 10 of Wands because I gotta be honest, it could very well have been the 10 of Swords, which is like a super painful ending. Now, it doesn't mean the 10 of Wands is not a painful ending either, right? But Would you rather be ending carrying a bunch of sticks, wands, or would you rather be ending and clearing up with 10 swords in your back, right? So just to give you an idea. And they're saying that this is because some work was done. Some work was done before. And that's why you can kind of have a closing off to a cycle that is as smooth as it is now. Now, some of you may argue, this is not smooth, Jay. And I'd be like, I know. Hello, welcome to Scorpio season. No one said it was going to be easy. They said it's just smoother 15 minutes, 15 seconds than it would have been had you not done some prior work. So this is also giving a nod. I just tipped my hat. I'm not wearing a hat, but you get the point. To the Eight of Swords. Whenever I think about November, I think about the Eight of Swords energy. And it's very, 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 very strong this year. This Eight of Swords energy is definitely coming through. Eight of Swords, for those of you who don't know, is about, for those of you who don't know, the Eight of Swords is about obsessive thoughts. It's about poor perception. It's about all of these thoughts that go on in your mind that keep you trapped in a certain way of viewing the world. Now, the nuance of the Eight of Swords is that, well, you know, it's something you could easily wiggle out of if you were to change your perception, which brings us right back to the whole point of the November reading that I did about 2 or 3 weeks ago, which talked about the month of November being one where you're triggered so that you could see what you're carrying within, so that you can make a choice to have a better perception and therefore create a better sense of health and well-being for yourself moving forward, right? So I don't know if you guys remember, but in the week 2 reading, I believe it was Spirit, or maybe it was the November reading in general, but our guides reminded us to really try to put some good patterns and good habits in while we're still in Scorpio season, because once we change over to Sagittarius season, right, that's when you're going to, it's almost like it's going to be you know what it is? It feels like the energies are going to become a little bit more relaxed. You're going to feel a little bit more complacent. And so it feels like lazy energy. So if you haven't put some good habits in, like saying no to certain addictions or time suckers or you know, and I mean people when I say time suckers, they're definitely pointing that out. If you haven't put those things in place, it doesn't mean you can't still do it throughout the rest of the month of November. It just means you'll feel less of an impetus to do it, right? It's like, it's Sagittarius. We all know a good old Sagittarius. They're super lackadaisical when they're ready. They're chilling. They got their backpack on. They're like, hey man, let's just chill. So it's completely different to that intense, always on the edge of their seat, scorpionic energy. Like, hey man, want to go deep diving? Like, what? I just woke up. What are you talking about? So it's kind of that energy. So it's a shift. And so you would do well to kind of put some good effort in, is what Spirit is saying. Now, Spirit is saying that they understand when we're dealing with the shadows, we're dealing with conditioning, we're dealing with addiction, we're dealing with obsession, we're dealing with things that 18 minutes, 18 seconds. And a lot of times, see how it just covered her face? This is the awareness card. A lot of times we don't even know that we're dealing with it, number one. And then number two, if we know that we're dealing with it, we don't know why. We can sit here and soul search as much as we can, but sometimes it's hard to connect with that. And they say they understand it, but they're saying that's why all they want is a little bit of willingness. A willingness to do what? To see past what it is that you are already seeing. And to do that, you call upon your angels and your guides, and you let it be known, like, look, awareness. I know I'm not seeing what needs to be seen. What I'm seeing is my fears projected outward, and I'm having trouble managing it. Please come in and help me. And then when you pray that prayer, Spirit sends people in. They're saying Spirit sends people in. Look at this. It just sent all these people in. With similar mechanisms, they say. They send people in with similar dynamics, similar patterns. They're holding these similar energetic frequencies that you are. Why? So that you could see it outside of yourself. A lot of times people struggle to see, hey, that's me, I'm a liar. No, but they're quick to be like, you're a liar. And so anytime you point your finger at somebody, you're actually really saying, hey, I'm a liar. Right? So, for example, the guides are saying to watch what it is that you say about other people this month so that you can get insight into seeing what it is that you really think about an energetic pattern that you're carrying that you are not aware of. Okay, look at this. We've got the 10 of Pentacles with all this support. We've got people there. We've got this dog asking, you want a drink of water? Right? We've got people helping you. Here we have the six, the Lovers card, right? Right here, we've got this companionship. They're also talking about putting way showers into your life, right? Please, this is the Lovers card, but it's not coming through in a romantic way. This is coming through energetically to show that you have way showers in your life. There are people who are going to be put in front of you to model certain behavior that you need to adopt for yourself, right? Then we've got this so funny, we've got this Emperor right on top of this Death card, but it looks almost like these hooves are the Emperor's feet. So they're saying that yes, you're in the driver's seat, right? You've got all this stuff that's at your disposal to really help you, but you're in the driver's seat right now, and you should be able to really try to pivot. Really try to pivot as needed. Pivot. I heard from this person. Okay, this is what I think about myself. Let me go here. Okay, now I got that. Now I think about this. Let me change my direction here. You have to be able to change. It's flexibility, right? Now take a look at this Ace of Communication. Ace of Swords. Look at how together it looks like this. So in this week, we're also seeing the elements that are coming together to help you get into a place where you can be fit-minded to make a decision. Remember, November is a month of mastery because you're mastering what's going on within. Everything? No, but a lot of things. And once you come into a place of awareness of what's going on, you set an intention about what direction you would like to take in your life, and you speak on it. You make it happen. You make that decision. You put it out there to the universe, and you really keep putting your baby steps one in front of the other. And okay, you fall off the bandwagon, get back up, get back on. That's all there is to it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at this. And yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. They're saying for some of you, what makes you quote unquote give up is when you look down, so to speak. It's like, hey, just cross that bridge, but don't look down because you're gonna run back to the bank again, right? Go back to the side where anyway, you get it. So Spirit is saying, every time you put one foot in front of the other, don't look behind you. Don't look at what other people are doing. Don't do anything that is going to trigger you back into where you just came from. In fact, they're pointing this out. Look at how she's not even looking at any of these lower energies here. No, you need to focus. Just focus on the goal. Keep going, okay? Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end this reading here. Let me just pull these cards in because they were here. I'm going to end this reading here so that they can fit. But I think it's pretty straightforward. This is the week that you really need to keep that stamina up, okay? Pay attention to what's going on around you. Really practice putting your foot down, making decisions, whatever it is that you need to do, the direction that you need to be heading in at all times, whether you fall off the bandwagon or not, is towards your happiness, your health, and your well-being, and doing what's best for you, okay? And don't forget to include your prayers, intentions, okay? All right, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or a live Zoom energy healing session, please do feel free to reach out. You can find all the information on my Etsy page, okay? Until then,